Hey, welcome everybody. So this is the second part of a two-part introduction to Garage. I'm going to do a Garage monthly update on the cost of 5 different models of garages so that you can kind of get a feel for how the economy is doing as far as the construction industry, at least the garage building aspect. So this one here you can see is a ranch style that we built a few years ago. It's a typical cookie cutter 24 by 24 two-car ranch style garage with 2 windows and a man door, vinyl siding, shingle roof. That's just a standard package of what we would offer. And so I'm going to be showing the prices on those in just a minute. But this is the standard one with 8-foot 1.5-inch ceiling. So that leaves room up there for the garage door opener to clear the trusses and the door. Very important. So the next one is the salt box. Let's go to that. Hey Dan, how's it going? Got a fresh haircut. Good looking. So this is this is a 24 by 24 salt box style. Just doing a fly around with a drone. Again, it's 24 by 24, 8-foot 1.5-inch ceiling. It's a 12-12 pitch on the front, and I think it's a 5-12 on the back, so that a good share of the snow and water goes to the back of the building. 2 windows. This one has one on each side, and a 3-foot man door, entry door. Vinyl siding. This one has metal roofing. But that's kind of the standard one. I'll be in just a minute. I'll be putting all the breakdown of the prices for each one, so you can see how much each one costs. So after this one, we'll go to the Cape style. What a ham! Get out of the picture. So this is a 2-car Cape style. It's different because this isn't the standard 24 by 24. It's larger. I think it was 28 by 28 with a little gift shop that we built right there. But it was vinyl siding, shingle roof, pretty standard materials, unfinished inside. I guess that's the end of it. So again, I'll show for the Cape style. I'll show the building materials in that, and what my cost is for it, coming up in just a minute. After this one is, so I have 5 models. The 4th one would have been the Carriage shed. Carriage shed. Unfortunately, apparently, I never did any videos on carriage sheds. We hadn't built any for several years. I think it must have been before I really started doing anything with YouTube. So I don't have any. I do have the cost for that. But then the next one will be the Gambrel. So let's do the Gambrel. All right, this one is a 24 by 24. This one, it was on a slope. So we ended up putting a full frost wall all the way down. Typically we would do a slab concrete. Kaya's upside down, growling down on the floor. And we ended up doing just 1 car, but it's a 2-car garage. They put an art studio on this side with lots of glass, metal roof. The siding was a little bit more expensive. It was different. It was a full 8-inch instead of a double 4. That was an add-on. The little side roof. But this would typically have an 8-foot 1.5-inch ceiling, again for garage doors to go up, and leave a clearance for the garage door opener track. They've since come out with some new garage door openers that don't have a track. They mount to the side of the rail of the door, so you can get by with a little bit less clearance. But I'll have the materials breakdown for this coming up in just a few minutes. I think we're going inside to see what you might expect. In the materials cost for the stairs, I just put a cost of $250, $300, something like that for stairs. But you can see there's plenty of clearance there for the garage door opener. This style was a spring instead of the torsion for the opener. Walk over to the stairs if you have a minute, Kenny. I'm telling him what to do. Come on, come on. Chad's packing up outside. This is where they're going to put a kitchen, workspace. Stairs. Oh, I didn't even show him. What? The upstairs ceilings typically are 8 feet, I believe. Maybe it's 7'6". Yeah. Anyway, so I'll get out the materials list here and we'll take a look at that. We'll start. I did the ranch on the first video, but so I may not show that one just for the sake of time. So we'll do the salt box, cape, carriage shed, and gambrel. This is how Kaya spends a good share of her time, just lollygagging around. Is that all you're going to do, puppy? Just lay upside down all day? She is alive. If you look, you can probably see her breathing. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to move the camera over here a little bit so I won't have my face, my beautiful face, on the camera, so you can see the numbers a little bit better. So let me just switch that around for you. All right, this is the ranch, and just made a note, quantities and costs are only approximate. This is the current price of concrete that I'm paying, $174 a cubic yard. It was an estimate for nails, all the lumber going down through. These are right up to date as of today, actually, so nothing would have changed. When I do a monthly update, I'll change each one of those as I go down through. But pretty much I had everything in there. There might be incidentals like a sill seal. Typically we put sill seal under the pressure treated 2x4. I didn't get that in. It's probably it's less than $10 for that. So the cost down here at the bottom, this $15,471 is the materials for the ranch style. It does include this overhead cost in that, so it's really $14,400, something like that. Sales tax, Vermont sales tax. This is the labor. Typically a number that we used to use was whatever the materials were, you could double it for labor. The ranch style goes so fast, the balance isn't quite 50-50. So that's the ranch. Let's go to the salt box style. And a lot of the stuff is the same. Like concrete is the same because it's the same footprint. That's how much we would spend on concrete. And materials down through, see if anything's different. Trusses were a little bit more because they're a little more specialized. What else we got? Rebar is the same. There's a little, probably different quantity of OSB and CDX. The 5/8 CDX we use on the roof, 7/16 OSB on the walls. And then typically we'll do vinyl siding. Most of the time we were doing metal roofs, but these are priced with shingled roof, $138 a square. You come down through here, the total cost came to $27,675. The labor was marginally more. Materials were more, so the price is a little bit more. So that's the salt box. Salt box has the 2-foot overhang on the front and then a 45-degree roof on the front. and a 512 on the back. This is the Cape style. Again, the concrete's about the same because it's the same footprint, a thickened perimeter all the way around. It's using more lumber because it's a two-story building, so that changes the fact. It has a plastic vapor barrier that goes underneath. So we're not using trusses, we're using roof rafters, and on a 12-12 pitch, 24 by 24 garage, it takes 20-foot long rafters, so those are 2 by 10 by 20s. The 2 by 10 16s are for door headers and window headers. And if you've seen the videos, you can go back and look at some of the Cape videos we've done. They're an A-shaped boom, boom with a collar tie. I don't use a ridge pole at all. I don't like doing it that way. It's much harder than this way. So that's what I do there. It includes the rakes, again, the OSB, plywood, doors and windows. Garage doors, $1,400. I remember 6 years ago, probably, they were around $600, so they're more than double. It'll be interesting to see if that number changes at all. And vinyl siding, it's 6 years ago, 7 years ago, is probably down around $75 a square. That's per 100 square feet. And stairs I got in there. Total materials $19,480. Labor $16,500. So that's closer to a 50-50 split. So that's cost. It doesn't include any markup for a profit beyond our labor. So that's Cape. Carriage shed. Those are a nice building because the front has a 4-foot overhang, so it allows the front of the building to stay a little bit drier. You can't actually get out of your vehicle out of the weather, but it sticks out more if you're trying to do something underneath, up close to the front of the garage. And this has a different roof system. The back rafters are 2 by 12 by 24 feet. So it's 13 of those because we go 2 foot on center. So there'd be one on extra for counting the second gable end. So it's 13. And the front 2 by 12, 16 front rafters. This includes stairs. I didn't change that number. That should be 15. Let's change that. Yeah, that's for the 2 stair stringers that will be on each side. On the front rafters, they end up being, you could almost do it with a 14-footer, but not quite. So I just go with 16s. And sometimes we can use the cutoffs for something elsewhere. And I did include extra 2 by 10 16s for stair treads. It typically takes 3 for that. So it's got 3 plus enough for doors and window headers. All the way down through corners, siding. The I-joists they're NI 80 is typically what they're called. Has a 3.5-inch top and bottom and a 16-inch center, which is made out of OSB, 28 feet long. That's rated for that span, so there'd be 19 of those at 16 inches on center. And then the rim boards, shingles, overhead, blah blah blah. So here the materials are $20,900, labor $18,750. So that's pretty close to a 50-50 split. So cost is $40,700 for the carriage shed. And then the last one is the Gambrel. Again, the concrete's about the same. For some reason, I've added an extra 1.5 yards for this. I'm not sure why. Because we would pour it the same as all the others. So we got a bonus there of 1.5 yards. And the eye joists are just the same as the carriage shed that I explained, and the cape. They're both the same, all three. Both, all three. Cape, carriage shed, salt box are all the same for the eye joists. And we get down to the bottom, 20,300 materials, 21,000 in labor. It's quite a bit. It's more labor, definitely, to the Gambrel as compared to the carriage shed or the salt box. Let's see, up here in the 2x4 12s, I build the upper trusses. They're 16 foot. Whereas I have 2x4 16s. That was supposed to be changed to a 16. Oh, there they are, 2x4 16. So that includes the trusses material to build for the upper set of trusses. The steep roof part are the 2x8 10-foot rafters. Those will handle, that's enough for both sides. Yeah, so $42,380 for the cost of the Gambrel. Okay, that pretty well sums up the 5 models. I plan on doing this monthly, so the first of each month I'll go through and I'll update all the prices, and it should be an up-to-date number. Again, it doesn't include any markup or profit or permits. That's something to watch out for. A lot of you folks have asked about, you've gotten quotes from builders, and if my, well, which one is this? So if that's at $42,380, that's my cost. No permits. That's for this area that I live in. A lot of builders, so I'm in northern Vermont, where the economy is maybe a little bit less expensive, you might say. Whereas if you go to Boston or down south or out even California is a lot more money. For the numbers I'm hearing, they're triple, quadruple what I'm charging. So some of them have said that their permits were the cost of the cost of what I would build it for. So there's also code differences. So some of the things you have to watch out for, depending on the area you're in, are flooding, earthquakes, I don't know, rattlesnakes and alligators. We typically right here do not get earthquakes or hurricanes or tornadoes, any really wild environmental situations. We get a lot of snow, but so we build based on snow load. Down in Florida, snow load is not an issue. So each area it depends on where you're at for some of the costs, and permitting varies widely around the country. Right here, I haven't checked lately, but I believe a building permit is less than $100 just to go to the town and say, hey, we want to build this. And so they just take the money. It's so that they can put it on their tax plan. There's a lot of towns around this area still that you don't even need a permit. You can just build it, and the town will still catch up with you for taxes, I'm sure. But that's where that's at. So this will be a monthly update. It won't be a very long, drawn-out affair. I may talk about some of the price fluctuations, what they've done, or non-fluctuations. Maybe it'll stay the same. I don't know. I'll get back to you next month on it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and share it, and watch it again and again. And again, see you later. Kaya and I say goodbye. See you later.